This video shows you how I installed the tow bar on my Can-am Spyder RS. The tow bar was supplied by Classic Industries. They supply brief written instructions as well as a wiring harness and a tow ball and a wiring diagram. I've lifted the bike on an ATV jack to make it easier to work on. I need to remove the back mudguard as well as both the side panels, back and front. The reason why I've got to remove the front side panel is because there is a screw underneath that panel that holds the back side panel on. The BRP tow bar fits directly onto the swing arm. This seems crazy to me because all the weight is unsprung directly onto the back wheel. Not to mention the effect of the contents of your trailer from the wheel jumping up and down all the time. Tow bars like this one from Classic Industries seem to me to be a much better solution. There are two plastic push clips that need to be taken out so that the back side panel can be removed. But just be careful because you'll have to remove the plugs for the blinkers as well. I need to disconnect the gas strut so I can lift the seat right up. All you have to do is take that spring clip off and the gas strut pulls off. The ducktail is just clipped in, so if you just use a screwdriver, I find that I can just lever it out. Now I can lift the seat right up. To get at the back two bolts, I need to remove these. These will be replaced with longer ones later on. I need to completely remove the seat and grab rail assembly. I can do that just by undoing these front two bolts, and the whole assembly will just lift off. Again, be careful because there's some electrical connections that have to be unplugged. I'm ready to install the hangers now. So first I just screw these two bolts in the two outside holes through the welded nut until it's completely right down, and then I'll use a nut to secure the hanger. A recess needs to be cut in the bottom of the grab rail assembly so that that bolt can fit up into it. Now I can reinstall the grab rail assembly because I've got both hangers attached with just those outside bolts. Now I can screw in the longer bolts at the back that screw down from the top and go right through the hole in the hanger. Then the nuts can be screwed on from underneath onto those bolts so that there's two bolts holding on to each hanger. Two slots have to be cut into the mudguard. This can be a little bit difficult to get the exact position, and I certainly didn't get it exactly right. I've used a Dremel to cut out the hole. The supplied wiring diagram was excellent. It gives the wiring for the plug as well as the colours to look for on the bike. I spliced in a short wire with a plug at the end for each of the wires that I needed, and then simply taped up the solder joints. I put the male plugs on the trailer wires. Well, that's the hard part done. The rest of the assembly is pretty self-evident. I haven't tightened all the bolts up yet. I want to make sure that I've got the tow bar at the right height before I tighten everything. The hole you choose here determines the tow bar height. Of course, the height needs to match your trailer. You'll notice I removed the number plate, but by the time I'd finished assembly I realised the number plate could stay there so long as I took the tow ball off when I wasn't towing. The whole process probably took me about 5 hours. It wasn't difficult, it was just took a bit of time, and I made sure I went slow so that I didn't make any major mistakes. At the end, it's a nice, neat job.